So continuing the idea of visual storytelling, I thought I'd take a look at some of the humorous video marketing that's out there and try to glean some ideas from that. If you're like me, you know that your humor doesn't always fly, and that's okay, because what's cool is there are key ideas in these different videos that we're going to look at that you can actually incorporate into regular videos to propel your visual storytelling forward, and they're easy and effective at the same time. Check it out. There's one key takeaway that all these videos use, and that is shock value. And it's usually done through smashing or doing some activity that makes you kind of like go, wait, what? And what's great is it could be something very simple like this one right here.
You're not a dish. You're a man.
Just smashing a plate. Or it can be walking through paper like this.
Each razor has stainless steel blades
and what's great is you do that and then it's easier to propel some ideas like talking about stainless steel blades and aloe vera. That's not going to necessarily be interesting. When you put something like going through paper in front of it, you're able to get away with it. Another core tenet is explaining the usual with the unusual. And of course, everyone's seen Squatty Potty, but it takes the usual, going to the bathroom, and explaining it in a funny way, in a very unusual visual. I mean, check this out.
King, unking. King, unking. It's simple science, really.
Okay, so if you explain that in a usual way, people are just gonna be like, ah. But when you take visuals that people aren't used to seeing and put them together with factual information, that one thing makes it much more interesting. I mean, you have to be creative, obviously, but still, there are so many different ways when you can take something that's normal and make it unusual. Another tactic is to go ahead and use something that's already funny and people have seen over and over again, and then incorporate that in your story, but in a slightly different way. One example of this is by using the Nigerian prince right here.
Friend, I am Johnson Emmanuel. This might come to you as a surprise. I'm the next heir to the throne in Nigeria, and I want to offer you a large sum of money.
Please stop coming here.
Everyone's seen the Nigerian prince, so it's funny, and you get the visuals in there. It's dangerous to use, of course, because people have seen it before, but still, it's something that you could try. It's also making the hard look effortless. Check this out with Peter Lindgren and his hat throw.
I use today because I think they both turned out really good, and I'm thinking maybe the logo cap is going to be the best fit with the shirt, right?
I mean, that's pretty cool. And to get that down, well, and in the comments, a lot of people are thinking that's done through software. In fact, if you look, he actually shows him missing several times and then finally getting it. So he didn't actually use software. He did it for real. Another good one is taking what's boring and making it go to the extreme. Like, for example, waiting for your wife at Target. Check this clip out.
Eventually, I just started returning the carts just to stay busy, get a little exercise. And then the Target management noticed and they offered me a job. They said I could work whenever my wife was shopping. Last week I clocked 12 hours.
Those are extreme examples, but it's so extreme that it's funny. You can also take something like making the complicated simple. Like take the approval process. When you have an approval form, you usually expect a long process, but when you make it just one question, it's funny. Like this one, the use of natural on products.
We have a standard application form that we send to companies to see if their product is a good candidate for the word natural. It's pretty simple. Do you wish your product were natural?
You should definitely watch that one in full. That one's pretty good, and it talks about organic. Okay, so there's a lot to glean from each of these. And just like watching Peter McKinnon videos, it can be kind of daunting. I mean, personally, I've tried creating a humorous marketing video, which you can watch here. And in some ways, it worked. In other ways, it didn't. Like, for example, I tried making the usual unusual, and it didn't necessarily work out so well. So I'm not going to show that clip, but you can watch the video, and you'll see immediately right off, I compare the knife and the pain that they get with shaving. And it was a little on the extreme side. Anyway, so it doesn't always work out. But on the other hand, it does stretch your boundaries. Personally, for me, I find it easier to incorporate into existing videos and practice in a small way than trying to make the whole video humorous. You can just inject humorous points into your existing workflow. So then when you're doing your visual storytelling, you can think, okay, what could I incorporate? Like, where can I add some shock value that's kind of funny at the same time? Where can I take something that's hard and make it look effortless? Where can I explain this with an unusual visual? What kind of boring things can I make kind of visually extreme and have that kind of bring people out? I think it's a great way to drive your visual storytelling forward, while at the same time kind of refreshing your audience's attention. Because if you take too long, like I might be doing now, and don't inject something like here, then people lose their interest. The idea is to try to engage them all the way through. I mean, look at Tim Schmoyer. Here's his suggestion. You should try to drive at least 50% of people watching your video.
That's just 50% average, but can you get half the people who click play to still be watching when that video ends?
At the very end of the video.
That's a tough metric to shoot for. The great thing is you can look at video marketing in a whole new light. You can use some of the stuff that they did in your own videos, even in a very small way. It doesn't have to be some huge thing. It could be some small thing like smashing a plate or walking through paper. And when you incorporate that and you start to incorporate it more and more, it becomes more effortless, and then it becomes much easier to make a longer video or make a video that actually works humorously. So instead of trying to flex your muscle with the whole video, I'm going to be incorporating it in some small ways, build that muscle up, get further towards that 50% of people viewing all the way till the end. So if you want to see more on visual storytelling and other things to do like the Canon M50 and experimenting and challenges with video and creating content, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button if this was helpful to you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching.